With Arlecchino's new splash art being recently put out, people are now wondering if she's going to outclass Hu Tao, because people are quote unquote speculating that she's going to be a polearm user just like Hu Tao herself. They've also been speculating that she's got a Pyro infusion on her weapon, and they're also speculating that she uses normal and charge attacks. Now this whole playstyle instantly brings the question to Hu Tao, and there is an immediate comparison between the two since they both have the same weapon, same element, and same sort of playstyle. Now there are many different things to take in consideration here, considering Hu Tao is probably one of the strongest Vapor DPS characters that there is. Definitely the strongest Pyro DPS, and just one of the strongest characters overall, so it is going to be really difficult to say whether a character is going to be better than her in the future, but I have my answer. Now what we do have to speculate is whether Arlecchino will have the HP losing mechanic, so that she can use that set that gives a 36% crit rate, because that set is really good for any character that can use it, and it should definitely be noted down when you take into consideration a new character. Now Hu Tao's signature artifact set, she can't even take the full advantage of using it, as it's more made for D-League than her, but that's the perfect one for her. But she doesn't even get the full stacks from it. If Arlecchino was a HP losing character like Lini or Nuvoletta, she could really easily get that buff from the artifact set, and it would really increase her power level, because 36% crit rate for doing almost nothing is really not something to miss. Now if she does not use the artifact set, I can pretty much assure you that Hu Tao's power level and Arlecchino's will be relatively the same, but a lot changes when this HP loss mechanic is introduced. 36% crit rate is 72% crit value on a single artifact set, not a piece, a set. With this set also, a lot of the time you don't even have to build crit rate. You can have a crit damage weapon, crit damage circlet, and you still have just enough crit rate to, you know, do whatever you want, especially if you've got good pieces. Now in terms of building, that would probably make Arlecchino significantly easier to build, considering that artifact domain is also 100 times more efficient than Crimson Witch, because Crimson is really only good for about 3-4 characters at max, so it's not really like anything too special to farm. And of course the other set in that, another artifact set in that is, you know, Lava Walker, which is just a worse version of Crimson Witch, so there's not really anything to do with that. But with the Marasuche set, you've got the Marasuche set, and you also have the elemental skill set, which is really good at any elemental skill DPS that goes off field. Both of these sets are used on a large variety of characters. There is no consideration that it is ultimately the more resonant efficient domain to farm. In my opinion, the only way Arlecchino will truly get a lot of sales is if her damage outclasses Hu Tao's. This is such a controversial take to say, but I feel like obviously she's already a character that's really well liked, but I mean, to like really drive her sales, if they really want to make her this character that everyone's going to pull for, they're going to have to do something like make her more powerful than a key DPS, and the only DPS in that scenario where she would be better than that is Hu Tao. Now while I don't think she may be better than Hu Tao directly, she will be better at Hu Tao at doing other things than Hu Tao was doing herself, if that makes any sense at all. This is really similar to the way that Yelan and Farina are both the best hydros in the game. They do both really amazing things, but they both excel in their own different ways. And this is what I'm going to see with Arlecchino and Hu Tao, but instead of them playing like a more supportive role, it's going to be more of a main DPS role. That Arlecchino is going to do something better that Hu Tao can't. Maybe Arlecchino will be better in more teams, and her being suitable with a healer may really help. This helps her a lot by having team members like Bennett and Diona with C6, I think it is, that gives the EM buff, because if she can get that plus the swell from the Diona Cryo, she will be an amazing DPS. So in my eyes, she's going to be this more upgraded, more fluent, more satisfying to use Hu Tao. Because Hu Tao, you have the C0 energy problem, and I doubt they do the same thing and make another Pyro character with an energy problem. I mean, stamina problem, shit. I doubt they do the same thing with the character and make them have a stamina problem. So in my eyes, Arlecchino is going to be literally what Hu Tao should have been. Now you might think that's a really selfish take, well, I don't care because you're stupid, it's my opinion. I also feel like for a lot of people that Hu Tao is extremely clunky, because if you don't know how to jump cancel, there really is no reason to play her at C0, because she will feel extremely weird because of the way her charge attacks work, and if you dash in between those, then you will lose a lot of stamina, and it's not fun to play Hu Tao at C0, and I feel like Arlecchino will take that role. Obviously there isn't really much to say, because even if you look at leaks, which I haven't, but with any character that's getting tested right now, or just tested in general, you can never really trust the damage until the full release of the game. You can get a basic idea when it's getting really close to release, But when the character just gets like leaked, when the character first gets like put in beta, it's really difficult to tell how good their damage will be, and you should never really trust that. So if you do see leaks around, that is probably not going to be her damage, unless there is some like really good test on, and it does seem like that's how she's going to be in the full release. That's only when you really take that into consideration. But please don't just trust some random damage you see on TikTok. It's probably not going to be the full outcome, and regardless of what the damage is now, I'm sure some crazy bastard's going to find a way to make it 10 times better than in the leaks. So don't you worry, I'm sure Arlecchino will be a strong character, because Hoyoverse makes it seem like Arlecchino is a character that they want players to pull for, and the players also do want to pull for it. I've seen so many people talking about it. It's disgusting. Get a grip of yourselves. I've seen your comments. I've seen all your TikTok comments. I'm not slick, can't hide. But as always, thanks for listening to me, app. And as always, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow my Twitch in the description, because yep, I'm got it.